WFZ versus ReMinD. They haven't played in a long time. It's been 2 years. ReMinD, of course, having retired quite a while back, but ReMinD seems to be fully playing if we can believe the reports. The Night Elf world class is being reinforced by the legendary Korean WFZ, his first round opponent here in the WGL October Open Qualifier. So let's hop in. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes it doesn't accept the game. There we go.
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, we haven't missed much. The heroes just popped out. ReMinD is in the top right, in the blue, under the ID Snowkiss TKD. Still don't know what's up with that. WFZ with a DK Ghoul opening, going out for creeping right away at the High Priest camp. Are you guys hearing this? Is this new music?
Forces are under attack.
Ah, no. No. Okay. For a second I thought, did they patch new music into NetEase? But no, it's just the old music. I think it's the undead music, aka the trash music. Tech coming in. Normally timed at around 23 supply for WFZ. Whoa! ReMinD's got a super fast tech. One Archer, 2 Moonwell tech. Which I like. The meta nowadays is pretty tame. Nobody really goes ghoul push anymore against Night Elf. It's more about creeping, getting level 2, perhaps level 3. And about normally slowing down the Blade Master. The Demon Hunter. Undead music is awesome. Okay. That's your opinion. Guys, it's music. We can have different opinions, it's fine. But, in my opinion, human music is by far the best. Orc music is also really good. Night Elf music is like, pretty okay. And undead music, well, I find pretty bad.
A player's forces are under attack.
Thank you very much. Rampalicious with a 6-month resub. Really early with the Ogre Magi kill. Oftentimes Night Elves will be waiting for the second hero, the Naga, almost all of the time. Demon with the boots, chasing the ghouls. I like to see ReMinD creeping more. Oh, if he can steal this Ogre Magi, this would be tremendous for him. ReMinD has a ward here as well, which gives him good vision. DK with the boots himself. Oh, WZ's gonna go for Naga second, is what that means. He's trying to save quite a few resources. He's at 25 out of 30 supply, so he does not have another Ziggurat coming. So he wants to go for the Naga with the 5 supply that he has available. But here, tech timing matters a lot. Whoever gets the Naga first has quite a big advantage. Well, not the biggest one, but a decent one, as one ghoul is going to be falling here. ReMinD playing very central on the map. WFZ, there we go. Gets the Naga, circlet and boots towards her. But without ghouls, WFZ can't trade too well. And that's the thing about going only 2 Ziggurats before the tech. There's not too many ghouls. There was only 7, which means you can't bring out that many. If you have like 8, 9 ghouls, you can leave maybe 2 at home and walk out with 6 to 7 ghouls. And then you can pressure the middle really heavily. But WFZ decided to go for the 3rd Ziggurat only later. So ghoul numbers lower for a faster tech. Oh, I thought for a second that he was going to be able to steal it. Oh, staff away from the demon. Whew, 50 HP. Makes it out. Is that the second big mana? Yes. That's okay for the Naga, but overall not the greatest. What Night Elf wants is survivability. Keep the demon alive, keep the Naga alive. That's the most important thing. Overlay says ReMinD is orc. That's weird. Thank you. That is of course foolish. He's Night Elf. He did play off-race orc though in the past. Sometimes. Oh, that shadow meld. Nicely done by ReMinD. Dude, ReMinD is just looking super solid. This is like old school Night Elf play before the Keeper days.
Forces are under attack.
Just Demon Naga, pressure the map. He was creeping a little bit too lightly in the early game for my taste. I like to see Demon going heavier on the creeping.
A town is under siege.
Found the Ruined Bracers, by the way. Oh, and the Invis Potion. It could be a nice steal here. Also a little bit dangerous, though. Demon does not have the staff ready just yet. Ooh, if he gets that steal, though. Oh, the ghouls also hurt. One ghoul already died to the creeps. And again, the low ghoul numbers are a little bit problematic. If you creep this with more ghouls, this is much easier doable. Dude, WFZ is taking a ton of damage from this camp. Oh, secures it with a coil. Nice. He was expecting this invis play, so the demon does not get the last hit. But it's putting in more damage. Dude, this is a lot of damage already. And the demon isn't even level 3. If he was level 3, he could even pressure the statues now. In the meantime, Natural crept up. Naga close to 3. Tier 3 already done. And Bear's coming. But then Power Spike is not hit yet, so WFZ will be becoming stronger. With the Lich coming out, Destroyer, perhaps Frenzy. And higher levels. And, of course, the Orb. The ever so important Orb. Thank you very much. Where did we leave off? Rampalicious with a 6-month resub. Danor with a 4 months. Arguably Smack. Brand new sub. And thank you also Aki with a new sub as well. Level 3 demon finally. Dude, Mana Stone. Double Mana Pot and Mana Stone. It's like insane undead items, but Demon Naga is like the one hero combo in the game that doesn't care about mana that much. So yeah, ReMinD definitely pretty unlucky with these items. 50 supply expansion by WFZ. Huh. That's pretty new to me. Oh, nice creep jack. That is 2 super easy archer kills. Lumber on ReMinD is pretty low, by the way, so expanding for him, not that easy. Did he get the last hit with the mana bar? I think he did, right? But more importantly, item goes to WFZ, and it's the best one he could have found. Catgut's Pipe, absolutely insane for any undead. Scouting here at the expansion. Looking for the Night Elf. Second base attempt. And for the time being, both seem to be content to just keep on creeping. And this is why I don't like this late level 3 demon. It's gonna be really hard on the tier 3, early tier 3 stage to get level 4. If he was creeping heavier earlier, he would have been much closer to level 4 already. And level 4 is an enormous level up for the Demon Hunter. Red camp again. The last item drop was denied to ReMinD. Oh, but the creep jack coming in from behind. Ouch! That's gonna hurt. Legion Doom more on the ground, but he's getting blocked. He can't pick it up! Oh, disaster! For ReMinD. What a timing on the creep jack. That was like a shade creep jack. That was absolutely perfectly timed. Oh, and that hurts. ReMinD had a good early game, but it felt like he couldn't really transition it into any kind of advantage in the later stages. Alright, this music is kind of loud. The great undead music. Isn't that right, chat? Oh my god, undead music's so good. Calling over Fork Lightning. The first bear almost dies but gets staffed out. Second bear though, up for grabs. There's only one staff. No, there's double staff. But he wants to keep that for the Demon Hunter. Invul first. But another bear is gonna fall. So that's 2 bears dying for 2 ghouls. That's not a good trade for ReMinD at all. In the meantime, expansion is up. Huh. 3 destroyers? I don't like that one bit. You guys probably know by now how big of a fan I am of statues. More statues will be coming, of course. But this base fortified with 2 towers, this is like uncrackable now. I don't think I've seen this before. Is this like the new meta on Netties? Undead 50 supply expansion versus Demon Naga? Is like it's been getting played more and more. First, Happy introduced it against Orc, 50 supply expansion. After that, Happy played it against Undead as well. And now WFZ playing it versus Night Elf. Yeah, and I think ReMinD was a little too late to scout, a little too late to counter expand. He is doing it now. But that's late, man. That's very late. Demon still not level 4. Also way too late. I think the Demon Invis play over here, checking things out, I think that was actually... that wasn't the biggest mistake. I think before that, even before the Naga came out, I think Demon should be creeping this one, maybe this one. Get level 3 early, get that burn, put on the pressure. But now, WFZ, he's got his tier 3 stuff, he's got his main mass ranged army, he's got the expansion. This game suddenly is looking tremendously good for him. Hero levels are pretty good as well. 4, 3, 2. Lich level 3 is the one big thing missing. Other than that, these levels are outstanding. And I still don't know about Mountain Giants in this matchup. I think they're good if you have other big sources of damage that they protect. Like Warden Panda. But this is Demon Naga. This is not that much damage. And there's no chims. First A-bomb out as well. WFZ now feeling frisky, wanting to push. And boy oh boy, is it a big supply advantage. Calling about Fog Lighting on the Demon. Not exactly super efficient with the Rune Bracers, but he's still low. And yeah, I mean, WFZ doesn't have to go for the perfect targets. He's got so much more supply. So much mana as well, my god. Demon couldn't really get in the burns. Night Elves on tier 2 always give the boots over to the Naga. Is that correct? I'm not sure. I always feel like the Demon needs that mobility. ReMinD is trying to hold on. Of course, he has to defend here. He has to keep his expansion alive. Otherwise, this game is certainly lost. We do have a bit of a Hippo transition, but Hippos only work in high numbers. And they're not high at all just yet. ReMinD is losing more and more. WFZ is losing barely anything. Taking out the statues would be nice, and one of them is gonna fall, but of course, WFZ can easily reproduce. Thank you very much. Symphomania with a 3-month resub. And I mean, you know. There's just no way There's just no way. WFZ has too much stuff. I think the expansion came as a big surprise. It didn't look like ReMinD was expecting this timing. He's of course an old school player. In the past, no Undead ever played 50 supply expansion. If Undead ever played expansion, it was counter expansion. But proactive expansion, that never used to be seen. But times, they are a-changin'. And we see more and more expansions nowadays. I have a bit of a muscle strain in my back. Annoying. Since when is ReMinD back in Warcraft 3? Since today! Kind of. He announced his return a couple of days ago, I think, with the WGL Open Qualifier. So yeah, this is the first time we're seeing him again. And the early game especially looked good, looked confident as well. But his late game reads, scouting, and meta feeling seemed a little bit off. And guys, please, creep until you have level 3 demon. I don't care what map it is. Okay, on some maps that's pretty hard to do. I don't care who you're playing against. Creep level 3 demon. Give him the boots. Level 3 demon in that matchup is like level 3 AM for human versus orc. It changes everything. And I get that he wanted to snipe the Ogre Magi items instead, and that's a good play as well. But it's not as valuable as level 3. I'm absolutely convinced of this. Mikhail with a €5 donation. Sorry about the Dreadlord yesterday. You done amazing and great casting. Cheers, bro. Oh! Ah, that's Shocker. Shocker, that's you. Thank you very much, man. Dude, no need to apologize. Like, you played well. And you deserve to win that series. Yeah, I think I didn't necessarily lose the series on the third map. I think I lost the series on the first map. I made so many mistakes in the first game, dude. Like, insane. I was feeling a little bit nervous playing on the stream and everything. But you deserve the win. Yeah. I'm still not sure how to play against Dreadlord first in Undead Mirror. Not sure if I should pressure and try to delay the expansion or just power creep. But it was a good series. I think it was map 1 and 2 were really close and were good games. Any results from the other matches? That's an outstanding question. We're going to check that out in a second. No, I don't have any just yet. What about Dark Ranger 2nd with Black Arrow? Yep, I tried that. But problem was rather I tried to go level 1 DK harass. And that didn't do anything. I just got sleep surrounded, forced to TP. Didn't have a TP anymore. And then Shocker correctly went for run-by plays, which were hard to deal with without a TP. When will you participate in WGL? Never really. I think I always prefer casting. To be honest, I don't really enjoy tournament games that much. Because I do get nervous pretty quickly. Like when I know, oh, there's something on the line and this win matters. I actually prefer playing ladder. Because I want to play for having fun playing. And also for getting better. But I don't really want to win tournaments. I just want to play games that I enjoy and get better at them. Yeah. With Dreadlord, Zeppelin will solve the problem. Guys, I appreciate these suggestions. I did have Dark Ranger, I did have Zeppelin, But it's about more than that. It's about timing, it's about creeping, it's about delaying, it's about defending your own base. You can't just say you need to make this unit and this unit and this unit, and then it's easy game. It's also how the match itself transpires. You should have had the first game yesterday. Yes, I definitely should have. Yeah, as I said, I made so many mistakes yesterday. In 2 games, I accidentally Dark Ritualed my Abomination instead of the skeleton. Twice! Yeah, that was... Yeah, you know, one thing I'm really good at is misclicking. Misclicking, one of my big strengths. Foggy's playing. Some Foggy games, please. I'm preferring to stay with ReMinD today. We have seen Foggy plenty of times in the past few weeks. And this is the first time that ReMinD is back, so... Yeah. I think I want to stay with ReMinD today. He's down 1 map now. Going into map 2. Shit, it's the unlit music again. So Echo Isles for our second map. Both players starting off with creeping. Very fast creeping by the demon. I like that. Creep, 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 creep. Get those levels. Quick level 2. And then Archer production continues. 3 Moonwell tech this time, so a little bit later, I guess. Looks like it's a little bit later, but still very comparable. Again, tech timings matter quite a bit in this matchup for the Naga second pickup. Thank you very much. Ezelinge with a sub. Ezelinge? I'm not sure. Thank you. If you're good at misclicking, try to hit the wrong targets so you hit the correct ones. That's the next level play, dude. That's the 200 IQ play. Maybe I should try that. Oh, ReMinD here was trying to go for a big creep again. Seems like he loves sniping this Ogre Magi. And yeah, this is an unusual attack. Like the DK, just running into the Night Elf main, just hunting down some wisps. That doesn't really happen anymore. Nicely timed. If you time it perfectly, that the skeleton swing and the coil arrive at exactly the same point, then Night Elf basically can't heal with Moonwells against this. So it's a nifty little trick which you guys can go for. Archer numbers need to be rising. At least 4 is what you want. Wait a minute. Only 3 archers? I once death coiled a flying bird. I can top that, dude. I once played a league game. It was a couple of years ago for Firestalkers. I think it was Melting Valley. Horrible ass map. And I was playing Frostworms, and I used Dark Ritual on my one and single only Frostworm right before I was about to all-in push him. That felt so bad. Oh, Star-Shaped, hey man. Nice to have you here in chat. Saying 3 archers is standard. I don't like that. You can creep way better with more archers, can't you? Like, yeah, if you don't make archers, Ancient of War can walk to the next camp. But this is taken forever anyways. If you have 4 archers, maybe 5, Demon can creep this super easy. Oh, nice Acolyte positioning. Scouts out the Demon again. And we have a Naga, by the way. Oh. 3D expansion. Oh my god, this creep jack. Ooh. Dude. Again. Okay, it's not exactly a creep jack, but it's a cancel. Naga second as well. Oh shit, I missed this. Oh, the Demon didn't get the item. Forced to TP out. Super low HP. Scroll the beast for the DK. Wow, WFZ is stepping it up like crazy in game 2. And the expansion is cancelled. And again, Demon, like, he's super low level. And now he's only got 3 archers. 3 archers might be standard for some people, but I don't see that being good. And why is he chasing the Naga? She's got boots. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm being very critical of our dear ReMinD here. But I feel like there's a couple of mistakes in here. He's gonna get 1 ghoul at least. But this is only 1 ghoul. This is preventing a lot of creeping once again, which is very favorable for the undead for a certain time. Frenzy ghouls can be powerful with a tier 3 timing. And frenzy ghouls are always stronger the lower the hero levels are. If all heroes are below level 3, that's the dream for frenzy ghouls. Expansion is coming up again. It's kind of late though. It's not really late, but it's not very fast either. Yeah, that scout earlier with a skeleton was absolutely crucial. Shop coming up between the bases. Double lore. I imagine no tier 3 for a while. Would be very greedy if he went for the expansion and tier 3. Tier 3 for WFZ, close to done.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now it's creeping time, I guess. WFZ went for the tier 3 expansion earlier. Might be doing that again. Oh, it's a lot of ghouls this time, by the way. Is it more than previously? 3 ghouls, 6 ghouls, 7 ghouls? No, I think he had 7 or 6 earlier as well. And the demon again, not level 3. If you're at level 3 early, before there's under tier 3, you can do so much pressure just with the demon hunter. Just demon and boots. That's all you need. Demon and boots, draining all the mana, damaging and burning the statue. And the Naga can just creep by herself. And this has a lot to do with the 3 archer count. I'm really not a fan of these 3 archers. DK level 3 now as well. Double rings. That's pretty... Triple rings. Don't know if you guys know about this, but WFZ in the community in China is known as the Lord of the Rings. For oftentimes finding many of those, and is living up to his name today. Lich coming, orb ready. Do the ghouls have frenzy?
A player's forces are under attack.
Do they? Yes, they do. Yeah. And the Acolyte is moving out again. Okay. Expansion once more. Counter expansion, in this case. ReMinD already with a lot of resources, but without tier 3. Dryads all a little bit banged up here. Dryads, of course, very good against ghouls, not so good against fiends, though. This time you have the boots on the demon, not on the Naga, by the way. Earlier the TP was used already, have to remember this, so the demon needs to be careful. There's a staff to save the first hero, also an invul to keep him safe. And that Lich was not coiled or microed, he just died. And this mass Dryad play is working out surprisingly well. Demon gets staffed out. Wow! WFZ just lost like everything. This was, of course, designed to distract from the expansion. But that was too expensive of a distraction, I believe. But nice counterplay here that ReMinD's found early. Switching up his playstyle, delaying tier 3, expanding quicker instead. And at WFZ, Perhaps not scouting correctly. Didn't expect to get slaughtered by the Dryads so heavily. The good counter against Dryads is of course Fiends, but also high level heroes. So you don't want to be fighting scrappy low level fights against Dryads. And this must be looking very good now for ReMinD. He could tech to tier 3 behind this if he wanted to. He's not doing that though. He wants to cancel the expansion. That would absolutely be a big move. Oh, TK in trouble again. Double slow onto him. There's a heal potion and a mana potion. Demon in trouble. Whew. Going for the invul. Has a heal scroll as well. Naga getting focused next. Naga for ReMinD. No mana on herself anymore. There's a staff still. Ready for the first hero. Whew, everything is so hurt for WFZ. The mass Dryads working out pretty well here so far. Oh, I like the Berserker. That's a nice pickup right now. Statue positioning was pretty off right there by WFZ. Didn't have the regen, and ReMinD is going all in here with the Mercs. Even Mud Golem coming in now. Lich is dead. Some Dryads are falling. Okay, that's it. GG. And ReMinD wins map 2. I think against that Dryad play, what would be better is when the Lich comes out, buy the Orb and the Sacrificial Skull, counter expand like he did, but with 2 towers right away. If you have an expansion with 2 towers, Dryads basically can't break that. Dryads on the field in the middle of the map are pretty good, especially against ghouls. But against fortified bases, they are horrible. So I think WFZ needed to play that more passively. The first expansion delay was really good. Yeah, and I guess when you face Dryads, you do actually want to shift gears. You don't want to be aggressive anymore. You just want to creep, turtle, and counter expand and tower a little bit. Stealing invuls also would be a really big deal. Especially on Echo. You should try to make that work. Because the demon is going to have no regen for a long time. He's going to be the only frontliner. So that should be prioritized as well. Couple of things to improve on there by WFZ. I think he just wasn't expecting the mass Dryads. It kind of looked like that. Did ReMinD win game 2? Yes, he did. So now we're at a 1-1. Trying to get my QQ group to work, but no, it's not working. Will you follow ReMinD's games? Yes, that's the plan. But depending on how long we have to wait and what other games we have, it's a little bit more flexible. What are you doing here, Starshade, by the way? It's Monday. You're supposed to work. Did you call in sick? Or is school already over? I took your advice and called it in sick. Smart man. But yeah, I imagine as a teacher you kind of shoot yourself in the foot as well. Like you have to catch up on the rest of your, what do they call it? Material? Curriculum? Go stream Hawk versus Ice Orc. Nah, man. No, we're sticking with ReMinD. Especially now that we're at a 1-1. Come on. Do you know if Blizzard planned a Warcraft 3 Invitational for Reforged release? I do not know. No. Do I think they'll do it? I think at the moment that's like absolutely no concern of theirs. They are obviously behind schedule. I think they're scrambling like crazy to try to make the deadline work, 2019. And I think that's the only thing they're focused on right now. I mean, they have other departments, of course. They have like Blizzard esports team. And maybe they're thinking about it, but I couldn't tell you, honestly. They'll do the same as with StarCraft Remastered. Maybe. So, we have a third game. And we still have the same undead music. How is this possible? Our last map, Concealed Hill. ReMinD is... Whoa! Playing an early Hunter's Hall? What is this? Starship, how happy are you to see hunts? Oh wait, I have to disable the thing.
Forces are under attack.
Huntresses, why? Maybe he wants to get like 3 hunts, have better map presence on early tier 2 and be on the way to tier 2, and with that get its expansion up earlier this time? Or is it just for creeping? It can definitely be pretty hard to creep on this map for Demon Hunter. WFZ with the tech, of course, quite a bit ahead. Not even that far ahead. I thought he was going to be further ahead. DK gets to level 2 with the first 2 camps. Ghouls make sure of that. Oh, wow. Wow! That is one brave archer.
Forces are under attack.
Scouting archer. My goodness. The first and only archer runs across the whole map to contest a bunch of ghouls, and the demon wasn't even close by. ReMinD's pretty lucky that that one survived, actually. Now it's chilling here. Acolyte looking for the expansion. I like this. WZ keeps the scouting Acolyte alive to always spot for the expansion. So you put it here. Patrol here, because it's gonna be here or here usually placed. Two hunts so far, and okay, 2 hunts only. You don't want to go too heavy on hunts because they're pretty bad in the late game. Once again, 2 ziggurats only. WFZ. Oh, okay. There we go. Goes for a 3rd ziggurat now, but that's way late. Can't make any ghouls still for a long time. And I think this Demon Hunter approach is just incorrect. I know I'm repeating myself, but this aggressive demon trying to prevent DK creeping, I think it's just worse than Demon Hunter emphasizing his own creeping instead. Again, if you have 4 archers, you can absolutely creep this camp, this camp, this camp. You already crept this one, you can also creep this one. But I guess he crept the merchant over here. That's pretty nice, certainly. And he's creeping that camp away from the enemy side. But now, like, I'd like to see him just keep on creeping. Like, don't scout for him. Ah, there we go. Bought the time now for the Ancient of War to go to the lab. That's nice. And the Naga is ready as well. Whoa. Can he creep? Oh, he's trying to block him in. Oh, it's close though. And snare. Whew. It's gonna take a long time though. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes the the High Priest comes along with the big boy, and sometimes he doesn't. Oh, the DK timing though! That is completely ridiculous. Look at the hunts. Oh my god. 2 hunts. Oh, Jesus. Wait, did he have a sentry? Ah, no, wait. He just placed that. Wow. WFZ again with the ridiculous timing. Oh, that's 2 hunts dead. And the ogre's still alive. Oh, that's a mid-game disaster. Oh, boy. Lich second this time. And WFZ gets the ogre. And level 3. Alright, cloak isn't that good. Yikes! Boys, yikes. You know how that ogre also would have died more quickly with level 3 demon. Tier 3 close to done. Statues, fiends. And ReMinD is back to his 1 base tier 3 play. Really surprising. Like his Mass Dryad expansion worked out pretty well. Game 2. I mean, I do realize the creeps are harder here, and it's much tougher to creep here with only Dryads. But alright, it's gonna have to make it work on 1 base here. Naga 3rd again. Lich level 2 now. Scroll of the Beast. Can actually be really good with the big Frenzy timing. And Frenzy is coming. Finally level 2 on the Naga. But this army is looking so weak, man. So weak. And the first 2 bears aren't really gonna be making it that much stronger. He needs like 4 bears. And even then, they can be out-microed. 50 supply expansion by WFZ again. Like the first game. Wouldn't it be better for WFZ to go for Sacrificial Skull? Pop it down, boom, 1 tower right away. 1 Nerob tower is such a sick piece of base defense. Before 60 supply. Like 1 Nerob, just click the Nerob on the demon, and then you can hold off at the expansion for all eternity. The first bear died pretty quickly. Oh, even Borrow coming in. There is a sentry ward to reveal. But the demon dropping lower, has to be careful. Call Nova hits him. There's a heal pot though. DK getting targeted next. Might be forced into the TP. If he is, then ReMinD will have to... will be able perhaps to cast the expansion. But no! ReMinD didn't have enough. 2 bears was not good enough. Oh, the surround almost is gonna force the TP. Yeah, I mean, that just... 2 bears, 2 dryads, and what was it? 1 archer? It's just not enough. Yeah, that early game was not good enough for ReMinD. This move right here. This one WFZ the game. No invul, no TP at the moment. Only a dust for the demon. Ooh boy. Kind of weird. We do have a 2-1 here in the end, but it's 3 very one-sided games. This one is not technically over yet, but let's be honest. It's basically over. Alright, this army is starting to look better for ReMinD. He's getting up his dryads, getting up his bears. 1 more coming in. We're gonna have 3 bears, 4 dryads. But towers are coming. Going over on the first bear right away. Staff not being used. Being safe to save the demon. Which I guess he has to. Ooh, the bears are dying pretty fast. Oh, Naga being pressured now. She doesn't have a TP. And she is dead. With detonate coming in a little bit too late. And there comes the Nerub tower. Oh, look at that Nerub. GG. And WFZ takes the win. 2-1.